Yu-Gi-Oh is one of the most difficult trading card games to get into. With over 10,000 different cards and so many different products to choose from, where do you even begin? Using a budget of just £30 a week, I set out to mould my own deck and climb the competitive ladder all the way to the European Championships. The challenge? All my cards have to be obtained through sealed official products. I'm not allowed to trade, I'm not allowed to buy cards individually, and instead have to rely on the cold, hard luck of the draw. You're watching Yu-Gi-Oh! From scratch. Happy Thursday, folks! Welcome back! Welcome back to episode 8 of Yu-Gi-Oh! From scratch today. 2 months we've been doing this now. Time really does fly, man. It flies so fast. I'm actually really quite interested to find out when you started watching, like which episode of Yu-Gi-Oh! From scratch caught your eye and made you join me on this journey. Old or new, I really appreciate you being here regardless. We're just about to hit the 10k subscriber mark, which is honestly just insane. And I'm very thankful for that. Speaking of being thankful, I have a couple of massive shoutouts to give because in my previous episode I introduced my Patreon as a way for you to support the channel, and a few of you did. So big thanks going out to Aaron Gongaware, Lee Murphy, Hugo Averill and Jordan Misson. You guys are the real MVPs and you're also helping improve the series for everyone else, so I really appreciate that, thank you. Link to my Patreon will be in the description if you want to make a contribution, and with all that being said, let's move on to the content. So at the end of my last episode, I mentioned that episode 9 will feature Paisley Regionals, and that is next episode. The best way to improve our deck right now is to get an IB engine with Draconet, however, with just 2 openings until the next regional, it's very unlikely that we'll be able to accomplish that. So, we're going to try and focus on other areas. From Edinburgh, I learned that we need a way to deal with There Can Be Only One and other floodgates like Zombie World and Rivalry. So Nightmare Phoenix is almost mandatory if we want to do well. It recently got reprinted as an ultra rare in the 2019 Gold Sarcophagus Megatins, as did yet another card that we really need, and that is Boral Sword. Quite often I would lose a winning game because I wasn't able to output enough damage whenever the opportunity presented itself. So if we could pull both of these cards before Paisley, chances are our performance is going to be much better than Edinburgh. Right, so coming in at £15 a pop, our £30 budget gets us 2 Gold Sarcophagus Megatins to open today. That means 6 Mega Packs and therefore 6 chances to get at least one of the ultra rares we're looking for. I made a joke in the last episode about a sealed only Thunder Dragon deck, but quite a few people actually seemed pretty interested in that. So just as like a side quest, we'll kind of see how much Thunder stuff we get out of these 2 tins. Alright, let's try and continue this luck streak we've had going on. So for promos, I think as I go in second deck, Nibiru is obviously the best we can ask for. So we got the Blue Eyes, Magician of Black Chaos Max, and we actually did get the Nibiru, that's really nice. We have Monster Reborn and Raigeki as well, so we're pretty much sorted. Monster Reborn and Raigeki can actually go in our deck as well, so I think we might try them out. Gotta play the classics, you know? So for the second promo pack here, we have Neo Kaiser Glider, another Blue Eyes, and another Nibiru. Okay, that couldn't have gone much better at all. Slifer and Obelisk looking pretty at the back there as well. I'm actually so happy that they brought back Prismatic Secret Rares because they just look so nice. So moving on to the Mega Packs here. Outside of Phoenix and Borosloud, I'm not actually sure if there's a whole lot I'm looking for. I know maybe like one World Legacy Succession would be decent, but yeah, I can't really think of much else. Anyway, coming in here, we have World Legacy Survivor, Crusadia Draco, which is cool, and first pack, we got the Nightmare Phoenix. Holy shit, man. Wow. A Prismatic Sekka's Light as well, which looks really nice. Honestly, Sekka's Light should have just been released as a secret rare to begin with. Moving on to the second pack here. Honestly, I think if we were to get like a full Crusadia engine, that would be really handy to have, even though we don't need it in our deck. So we got World Legacy Nightmare, we got Performapole Samurai Jack, World Legacy Struggle, Mamamaki, Trickstar Bloom, Crossbreed Super... Dude, what the hell? We're done. 2 packs, we're done. That's literally it. Wow. We didn't even need the second tin, that could have been spent on something better. It's so annoying, but it's so good, I can't complain. Like, part of the series is to act as a representation as to why you should just buy singles rather than sealed product, because it's so unlikely that you pull the cards you want, yet here we are pulling the cards we want. It's having the exact opposite effect. So yeah, sometimes you do get lucky, and I even seen a comment in the last episode how I inspired the guy to want to get more Yu-Gi-Oh stuff for Christmas. So, Konami, you're welcome. So this is us onto the second tin now with the last 3 packs, and we have Angelina Ballerina, we got Folgo for the rare, we got Book Super, Vampire Sucker Ultra, and Thunder Dragon Dark Secret. So our Thunder Dragon deck, oh boy, it's getting there. We got some Summer Summoner as well, plus Crusadias and Dangers and Sekka's Light. We're actually, unironically, getting a decent build going. Although I think we're pretty much done with the Megatins now, so the dream is already dead. Saying that, I now actually have no idea what I'm going to open next week, because I didn't expect us to get the Phoenix and Boral Swords so early on. I don't know. I guess we'll see, because I might still need to get World Legacy Succession. I'm undecided right now. But anyway, we're on to the final pack here. I really don't mind what we get because it's most likely just going into the collection binder anyway. And by the way, that binder is really getting beefy. I'm looking forward to showing you what we've got so far in episode 10. But finally, we have here a Nightshade, a Hip Hosh Mosh Pit for the rare. Moving on to the holos, we have Cyber Dragon Hertz for the super, and another Boral Sword? What? And a Jackalope! Oh my god! I actually think that's like the best mega pack you could possibly get. That's what the hell, man. The series is actually cursed. We've had too much good luck in such a short span of time that the rest of the series is just going to be dead pools. There is, however, a lot of good cards here that we will be using for our deck. I even think we just main the Nibiru's, to be honest. So we'll go look at our list and see what updates we can make before going to locals now. Just gonna blitz through the list here because I'll be giving you a proper profile in the next episode before the regional. So 3 Rocket Tracer, same as always. 3 Gateway Dragon, still just the 3 rockets, one of each one. Next up we have the mandatory one-offs, so Tempest, Synchron and Red MD. 2 Absratter, which we can cut to 1 if we need to, followed by just 2 White Rose Dragon now. I felt like 3 contributed to Bricky Hands because on its own it doesn't really do much. Next up we have a new addition, and that is 2 Nibiru, main deck in the Pancratops as it helps out so many different things, followed by the current hand trap lineup of Ash, Bell and Phantasme. And that does it for all the monsters, so that's 22 monsters in the main deck. Moving on to spells here, we have 3 Quick Launch, 3 Dragon Shrines, basically 3 more Dragon Shrines here as well for a total of 6, but it does get the job done. 2 World Legacy Guard Dragon, 2 Dragon's Mirror, which I would say is perfect, 2 copies of Twin Twisters, and finally 1 copy each of Monster Reborn, Raigeki, and Mind Control. Still just rocking the 40 card main deck. I don't think that's ever going to change. But as I said, I'll be giving you a more in-depth profile just before Paisley Regional, so I'll save the side deck and the extra deck for then. But for now, we'll jump into locals. Okay, so round 1, we're against our worst enemy, and that's Demise Strikers. The lighting kinda sucks, so sorry if you can't see anything, but he goes first. To no surprise, he ends on a Shizuku plus 4 back row, and in the end phase he searches for multi-roll. I start by special summoning Gateway Dragon from hand because he controls a link, and then I activate the effect of Gateway Dragon to special Tracer from hand. But on summon, he flips There Can Be Only One. I expect nothing less from Strikers. God damn it. That's fine though, and it's fine because we pulled Nightmare Phoenix. So I mind control his Shizuku, and then make Phoenix. Pitch and Tempest for cost and targeting There Can Be Only One. I'm confident we should be able to put up a fight. Moving on from there, a quick launch for Silver Rocket and then attack for 3-8. Using multi-roll to pop Area 0, he is able to special summon Ray from deck, who then links into Shizuku, and he has enough spells engraved to beat over Phoenix. He ends by setting Engage with multi-roll and then searching another Engage with Shizuku, so basically, if I don't kill him this turn, it's over. And I totally could have killed him if he didn't Shark Cannon Tempest. If Tempest was in my grave, I had game. So I normal summon Bell, and then Synchro Bell and Silver Rocket to make Cyber's Quantum Dragon, under There Can Be Only One. This is where a tricky ruling came up that we weren't 100% sure about, so I enter the battle phase and attack Shizuku and activate its effect at the start of the damage step to bounce back Shizuku to the extra deck. We weren't sure, and honestly I'm still not 100% sure if Ray would activate Engrave to special summon itself at this point because it's at the start of the damage step. This fucking game, man, honestly. There's so many little intricacies in this game that gives even seasoned players headaches, so we ruled it that Ray couldn't summon itself. This allows me to attack directly with 2-5 with Cyber's Quantum Dragon because it can make a second attack, and then if I had Tempest, that's an extra 2-4 and that would have killed him. But we didn't have Tempest, and therefore on his next turn he went off and there was nothing we could do. Game 1 to him. Game 2 we go first because I don't want to play through, there can be only one again. I open Rocket Synchron, Auto Rocket, Dragon Shrine, Abzerouter Dragon, and Dragon's Mirror. With that god-awful hand, this is the board I end on, and you have 5 seconds to decide what is wrong with this board. Round 2, we're up against, and I'm not joking when I say this, Demise Strikers. Wow, look at that, Shizuku plus 5 back row, and he searches for engage during the end phase, but I did manage to drop a Phantasme, so we're okay. I activate Quick Launch, and of course, he chains There Can Be Only One. So I mind control his Shizuku, and then Monster Reborn his Array, to then make Phoenix to pop There Can Be Only One. Phoenix allows me to play through this stuff, man, it's so good. I then activate Dragon Shrine to send Abzerouter, which allows me to search for Rocket Synchron. Then a normal summon Synchron to revive Abzerouter, but he chains Called by the Grave to banish Abzerouter, and I pretty much just have to pass there. He gets out a Shizuku and equips it with Hercules base and attacks over Synchron plus Phoenix, leaving me with just Phantasme and 1 card in hand. And at that point he just has so much more resources than I do that there's no point playing on, so we go to game 2. This game is certainly a game, so I go first. Set 1 pass. My Crackdown gets instantly cycloned, he resolves a Demise, and ends on 4 back row. Back over to my turn. Normal summon Gateway Dragon, attack, pass.
Battle phase.
Oh my god, really? Yeah, I'll take all 16.
Back over to him, he draws 1, sets 1, resolves another Demise, sets 1, pass. I tribute summon Vanity's Fiend and attack for 2/4, then set Guard Dragon Cataclysm, which is currently useless, and pass. During the end phase though, it gets cycloned, leaving him with just 2,000 life points. On his turn, after just watching this back now, he performs an illegal move. I guess I just wasn't paying attention at the time because I didn't notice. So Chainlink 1, he activates Widow Anchor targeting Vanity's Fiend. And then Chainlink 2, he activates Shark Cannon to special summon Gateway Dragon from my graveyard, which he can't because as Chainlink 2, Vanity's Fiend is not negated. I think if he had done it the other way around, like Shark Cannon Chainlink 1, then Widow Anchor Chainlink 2, it would have worked because Shark Cannon would special summon after Fiend's been negated. It doesn't matter now though, so he takes both monsters and links them into a Phoenix, which allows me to summon Phantasme. From here he activates Jammin' Waves, targeting his final back row to get rid of Phantasme, and that leaves him with very little resources. He sets his final card and passes it back to us, but his final card is There Can Be Only One. At this point I have to crash my Tracer into his Phoenix to allow me to activate Dragon's Mirror, so I end on a Furious Dragon and a set Lost Wind. On his turn he puts everything into a Unicorn, and when we flip Lost Wind, that's game. Game 3, he goes first, Shizuku, 3 back row. I start with a quick launch for Tracer, and from there we have a rather interesting interaction.
Quick launch. You got 15 minutes. I'm going to champion 3. Target these 2. Any response?
No response.
Chain, Tracer, target quick launch.
Chain.
Wow!
So quick launch resolves, getting me a Silver Rocket from deck, and there is so many different lines of play that I can take here, and I choose the worst one. I summon White Rose Dragon from hand and then mind control his Shizuku, and with complete lack of respect for his back row, I link it all off into an Abomination.
Go ahead then. Oh my god.
Round 3, we played against Witchcrafter, and to keep things short and sweet, nothing too much exciting happened. We went 2-0, we got Borrow Sword, OTK, and then he couldn't out Abomination in game 2. Which brings us to round 4, where we're playing against Mech Knight Invoked. I win the die roll and choose second, so he ends on a board of the Alistair Link plus Mechaba and a back row.
Because you control a Link, special summon.
Yep.
Effect to special summon for hand. Level 4 or lower dragon. Same again.
From that little hat trick, I activate Quick Launch for Tracer, and on resolution he flips Super Poly, fusing 2 gateway dragons. That doesn't matter too much though, because from there we continue extending and extending and extending until he eventually negates LP with Mechaba, but we're still able to get to Borreload Savage thanks to our normal summon of Rocket Synchron. And them 2 negates were just too much for him to handle. He had nothing left in hand, so game 1 goes to us. Game 2, I thought he was going to go second, so I sided for going first, and he duped me. He went first himself. After a couple of back and forths, he just about gets the kill with a Book of Law combo, but Lost Wind just saves us in the damage step. Then on the turn after, I reborn his Purgatrio, buff it up with Booster Dragon, and OTK him. He does have secrets, but I negate it with Bell, and that's it, that's game. So at the end of the day, we went 5-4 in games and actually had a positive impact towards our win-lose ratio. We are closing in on that gap, and I really look forward to the day where we can make it an overall positive record. There's actually no prize support for locals today because they'd run out, so it was just a free tournament. But it's good practice. Right, so I think it's fair to say Nightmare Phoenix is definitely putting in the work already. I feel like Paisley's going to be our first actual shot at getting our invite, and we even still have an opening to boost our deck for the regional. The only issue, guys, is I don't really know what to open for this last push to the regional. Let me know in the comments what you think I should open. It's got to have instant impact for the deck to perform well at the regional. The support on the last episode was incredible, so if we could keep that up, that would be amazing. Smash like, subscribe, tell your friends, and let's keep building this show up together. I'm excited for the next couple of episodes, I must say. So with all that being said, if you made it this far, thank you so much. Love you all. See you next Thursday.
Gravel road, I've been asked to slow down. Fireplace to